Hello, this is Rory with the Love Chat, and today's topic is what makes a good first date? Now, this is video number 102. If you have a question you'd like me to consider featuring on the Love Chat, please write it in a comment below. And if you enjoy these videos, please subscribe and hit like. Also, if you'd like to do a Skype or email coaching, be sure to visit thelovechat.net/coaching. Now then, what makes a good first date? This video is going to be pretty good for everybody who's listening, but first and foremost, it would be good for those of you who find yourselves ready to date again. Now, this doesn't necessarily need to only be for the first date, but so many people get really nervous when it comes to the first date, and so here are some things to think about. First and foremost, when you're going out on a new date, one of the things people love to do is to talk about themselves and things that they're passionate about. And so when you're on your first date, you want to get them to talk about themselves more than you talk about yourself. This will help you remain a mystery. And remember, we are more attracted to things that we can't quite figure out. So, perhaps before your first date, you want to sit down, give yourself enough time to think of a list of questions you want to ask this person, but also, it comes down to the second step, which is intention. Your intention for the first date, the second date, the first few ones, is that you want to screen the applicant. And basically, you want to find out if this person is right for you, if this person's a good fit. Because one of the first things we look at when we're asking somebody out is, do they meet my attraction standards? Am I attracted to this person enough to want to get to know more about them? Because obviously, we're not going to go out on a date with someone we're not even remotely attracted to. And so what are the intentions? Ask questions to them about things that you want to know about and take a genuine interest in their passions, what makes them tick, because it will show that you invest yourself in them without kissing their ass. Now, the third thing to think about when setting up a good first date is location, location, location. You do not want to take them to places like movies and a very fancy dinner, right? Why not? Okay, well, when you take somebody to a movie, are you getting to know them? Are you talking to them, looking them in the face, showing them the subtle body language of attraction? No, a movie, you're both sitting and staring at a screen, not talking to one another. It's not a very fantastic date, so don't take them there. Or places that are overly romantic. Perhaps a more appropriate place to take a first date might be something like hiking, or a casual coffee date, or maybe even a diner. So it's dinner, but it's not a high-end fancy location. Maybe it's going to a rock climbing gym. Anything like that is fun, low stress, low anxiety. Basically, pick a neutral location with very little pressure. There's already going to be some pressure because it's a first date and both of you want to put your first foot forward and both of you want it to go well. So we can mitigate some of that damage by choosing somewhere that has a very neutral feel to it. The next step, number 4, don't try so damn hard. Don't give them every part of yourself and don't show them that you have this desperate need to be liked. Be yourself. If you agree with something they say, agree with it. If you disagree, you can gently, calmly disagree with it. If they say, I like red cars, and then you completely kiss their ass and say, oh my god, I love red cars are my favorite, but actually you like blue cars, well, you just gave them a part of your power, and you just taught them through that interaction that you will agree with them even when you don't actually agree. So don't try so hard. The generic advice that mom and dad gave you, just be yourself, really is true. And think about this, if you're already editing your behavior to please another person, you have learned nothing from this past situation with your ex. You are still allowing another person to have your power. You're still caving who you are in to please another, and that's not what we want. That's not what they want either. They want you to be yourself because you being yourself is what got you to this first date. So continue to be yourself. Number 5 is, think about this. How is what you are doing and what you are saying making them feel about themselves? Because do people fall in love with us? Yes, they do. But what gets them there, what gets them to that point of emotional safety and security, is that you validate them. You make them feel good about themselves. But it doesn't have to be through generic compliments like, you look beautiful tonight, or you're very handsome. It could be simply acknowledging an opinion they have. And you can do so in a way that is not overly complimenting or kissing their ass or caving in on an opinion. So if they give you an opinion, we'll refer back to the car thing. If they say, I always found red cars to be kind of cool, and here's why. You can say a simple, that's pretty insightful. I hadn't thought of it that way. I think also, in addition to what you're saying, blank. All you did was that you made them feel good about themselves by validating their opinion and offering a reward behavior. So what did you do? They fed you an opinion and you said, okay, do I genuinely agree with that opinion? Yes, I do. And I want this person to feel good about themselves and what they said and their insight, and so I will say a compliment based on what they've said. So we don't want to do this too often, but basically you're rewarding their participation in a successful date with praise. It's no different than training a dog, where if you ask the dog to sit and you give the dog a cookie, the dog understands, okay, sitting means a good thing will happen. It's the simple reward behavior. So if you validate the person you're on a date with praise behavior, sparingly of course, they learn that you will help them feel good about themselves, which will then turn and they'll view you in a better light. So that's an important one. How are you making them feel about themselves? Number 6 is prepare with anti-anxiety rituals. What do you do to relax before a stressful event? Perhaps it's exercise, perhaps it's meditation, reading your favorite book, taking a nap. But whatever you need to do to relax and come stress-free, or at least as much as possible, those are the things you need to do. Number 7 is pay attention to their body language. And this one will be harder because you'll be nervous. But just treat this like another opportunity, another rehearsal. Where are their feet pointed? Are they pointed at you, or are they pointed towards the door? Are they making a lot of eye contact with you? Are they leaning in to hear what you have to say? The next thing is, of course, be curious about them and their life. Ask them questions and get them talking more than you. Now, this is similar as number 1 was get them to talk about themselves. But this is slightly different in that you want to show genuine curiosity. What makes them tick? What makes them interested? What is their perfect day and what does it look like? Maybe ask about their favorite pizza topping. Why did they choose that profession or go to school for that degree? These are the types of questions that will have them talking about themselves, and you'll also get to see their desires, their passions for things. And in turn, you show them some of your desires and some of your passions for things, and you're able to see that both of you are real human beings with zest for life. It beats the hell out of somebody who's bored and who has nothing going on. So be curious about them. Be curious about their life. The last tip I have for you today, of course, is don't kiss their ass. Don't be overly complimenting. They'll know it's fake. I read this online the other day and it said, sometimes people insert nice coins and expect sex to fall out. And that is just the absolute worst way to go about having a first date. You do want to set an expectation, and the expectation is nothing other than, I'm going to go out and I'm going to have a good first date with this person. If, for whatever reason, we're not compatible, that is not a reflection of me, and dating, much like life, is not a process of rejection, it's a process of selection. It is not that I wasn't good enough, it's that I didn't fit the part. So if the first date doesn't go well, I ask that you really don't beat yourself up, because your expectation is to go, have a good first date, and if that's not in the cards, have a nice time meeting somebody new, discussing life, and having a good positive interaction and conversation. That is your job. I know going on a date and being yourself is completely counterintuitive and so much easier said than done, but I hope that your recent interactions with your ex and the breakup and everything like that have shown you that we've all been thinking of love the wrong way. We tried giving the person everything they wanted. We tried pleasing them with compliments and giving ourselves to them fully, and it didn't quite work. It shows that being able to maintain our individuality and not cave in and give the other person everything they want is actually what attracts them. We don't want somebody who's easy to obtain. Don't be the glass of water. Be the diamond. That's all I had for today. If you found my video helpful, I'd be very grateful if you'd subscribe and hit like. Please leave a comment below and tell me what topics you want me to cover in the future, and let me know how I did on this video. Additionally, if you'd like to do a Skype or email coaching, be sure to visit my website, thelovechat.net/coaching. And thank you to all my patrons who support me on Patreon. If you'd like to become a patron and get free videos every week and extra swag and things like that, just visit my Patreon at patreon.com/thelovechat. And the new guided meditation ASMR video for the new channel will be up tomorrow. And so if you haven't yet and you're interested in doing some guided meditation techniques to soothe your anxiety, or if you're interested in ASMR at all, subscribe to that channel by clicking the I at the top right-hand portion of this video. Until next time.